Welcome back to the Frank Bough interview. We are live on Sky News. Now then, let me take you back to 1969, when the eyes of the younger members of the world were on Woodstock. And it was at that great festival of the flower power generation that a young lady called simply Melanie came to everyone's attention. And to prove the point, they lapped up more than 25 million of her records. Now, if you're too young to know what she sang, or getting too old to remember, let us give you just a little help.
Look what they done to my song, Ma. Look what they done to my song, Ma. It was the only thing I could do half right, and it's turning out all wrong, Ma. Look at what they done to my song.
I've just lost 20 years.
Yeah.
Gone right back. You recorded that in French, too. Give us the French verse.
No, that was one verse, because it sounded like it should have a Maurice Chevalier type of approach. So, ils ont changé ma chanson, ma. Ils ont changé ma chanson, ma. C'est la seule chose que je peux faire, et ce n'est pas bon, ma. Ils ont changé ma chanson.
Now then, does that take you back yourself? Because it takes everybody who's been listening to you rehearse this afternoon.
It's amazing. It sounds like an old lady must have written that song. It's so old. I mean, it seems like it was 100 years ago.
But it's a lovely, simple lyric, isn't it?
It is. I love that song. I've really, really grown fond of it over the years. And Ray Charles recorded it, and Nana Muscuri, and a lot of international people.
Do you remember how many copies you sold of that?
No.
Millions, surely. Huh?
Probably.
Yeah. When I say does it take you back, did you feel at the time in the 60s that you were part of this kind of psychedelic flower power movement?
Well,
was it special, or were you just young and having fun?
No, I wasn't having fun. I was young. But I was kind of growing up in public, and I was so vulnerable that I was probably part of the spiritual revolution, but I was definitely not a part of the drug revolution, and that kind of put me on the outside of things. But I don't really think that the whole Woodstock generation really started out to be about drugs and sex and, you know, communing and with each other like that. But I think it was more a spiritual thing. It was...
Well, lucky it was in a sense, because I mean, at least you're alive.
Yes.
A lot of them are not, for
That's
various
true.
reasons, aren't they?
But I think when you said before, we were talking, and you said, then what happened? You know, it just seemed to, like, it was a great idea, and everybody sort of sensed, yeah, we're part of humanity. We really need to take care of each other. We're part of the same thing. There's a spiritual bond between us. There's something more than our bodies. We're people, you know, we're beings. We continue, we go on. And then I really think it died with drugs. I really do. I think that was one of the main things that ended it.
The other simple song, because you had a wonderful kind of naivety about the whole thing, and a great innocence, was, you know, I've got a brand new pair of roller skates. Now, if you say it, you see, you laughed, don't you?
Yeah,
it sounds ridiculous.
Cute. It was really cute.
Do you have a couple of bars of that?
Oh, I do.
That went down so well.
I rode my bicycle past your window last night. I roller skated to your door at daylight. It almost seems like you're avoiding me. I'm okay alone, but you got something I need. Well, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new key. I think that we should get together.
Wonderful.
I can't reach that note.
No, then I don't know. What is it all about?
I've been rehearsing all day.
What is it all about, do you know?
I don't know.
It was like the old whitish shade of pale.
You know,
nobody knew what it was about.
Did anybody ever tell anyone?
Well, no,
What
people
whitish shade of
analysed
pale?
it, you know.
Yeah, well, that's
intellectuals
what they did.
agonised over
That's
it.
what they did to this silly song. Do you believe this? I mean, they had the most bizarre. Most of them had all kinds of sexual connotations, you know. And some people said it was a drug song about a key of some, you know. Yeah. But it had nothing to do with any of that. It was. I was fasting for 27 days on water. That's a big move. I'll
Just
tell
for
you.
fun or for what?
Well, I was trying to be one with my
Trying to relate.
Find myself, you know, whatever. I was trying to get a message. Right? The message was, you're dying. You know, if you keep going like this, you're going to die.
Now listen, Melanie, you've got, of the ones we know, you've reissued a souped-up version of Ruby Tuesday?
Yes. My new album is called Cowabunga.
Now what does that mean, Cowabunga?
That's a surfer expression. That means, wow, that's a really big wave. And I wanted a title that kind of said wow without saying wow.
And that's all full of new stuff, is it?
It's all new songs. It's taken me about 3 years to put them all together and write them. And Ruby Tuesday was not originally intended for this album. I was going to make this my group effort. This was going to be a group persona. I was going to call this group Vendetta. And I was even thinking that I was just going to start a little rumor in the industry that it was like ex-members of different groups from the 60s who couldn't get a record deal, and they formed this group, Vendetta. And the line was going to go, when they couldn't get back, they got even. And so I recorded Ruby Tuesday as Vendetta.
Lovely. And so as I say, the new album is Cowabunga, and that's all new stuff. Cowabunga.
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 Yeah.
And you're appearing where? At the Shaw Theatre? Do you remember when?
Yes. Thursday and Friday. I don't know the numbers. But
It's well, 20th and 21st of April. And will we see a bit of the old Melanie, or is it brand new stuff? Is it very different from what you did before, the stuff you've been singing now?
I do a cross-section of everything. You know, I think people who have known you from before, they want to hear a little something. They'd be disappointed maybe if I didn't do it. And I like to do it. I really enjoy doing my old songs. I've kind of grown fond of them all over again. But I do the new ones too.
It's been charming meeting you.
Thank you
for singing for us, and thank you for talking to us, and we hope that it goes very, very well for you.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you very much.